everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Angie. It's nice to have you guys here. It is time for September favorites. Technically, as I am filming this, it is September 29th, so there is still 1.5 days left of the month, but my favorites are pretty much established. So diving right in, I've got my list again. Skincare favorite slash makeup favorite, because it kind of crosses the line. The Herborian CC cream, it's this one, which is the High Definition Radiance Face Cream Skin Perfector with Broad Spectrum SPF 25. It is coming on fall, but the sun is still very much out. So sunscreen is still really important. And I don't wear sunscreen every single day. I probably should, but I also just avoid the sun. But this has been really nice on teaching days, days when I'm on campus, or days like today when I'm going out and like running errands. If I know I'm gonna be out in the sun and not like just rushing from one building to another, I like to have this on. It's not super high coverage, but it does just kind of blur the skin. It's what I'm wearing today. Just this, a little bit of concealer under my eyes, and then powder. So I don't really like the super full coverage look, and I find that this just makes my skin look like my skin, but better. The other cool thing about this, I have this in shade Clair, which is light. It automatically adjusts as you're blending it in to your natural skin tone. So it comes out white, and then as you are blending it in, either with your fingers or with a brush or a sponge, I tend to use either my fingers or a face brush. I don't usually apply this with a sponge, but as you then blend it in, it just kind of changes color slightly and adapts to your skin tone. So love this product. So my other makeup favorite is a return of an old favorite, and that is the Naked Heat palette. It's what I'm wearing today, and it's honestly been what I've been wearing most of this month. I don't wear eyeshadow every single day, but on the days that I have been wearing eyeshadow, this is the palette that I've been reaching for. This is my favorite time of year to wear this palette. Try not to blind you with the mirror. I just love the shades in this. It's perfect for autumn. Color is one of the few ways that I can kind of acknowledge the changing seasons. Like, it's still far too warm to wear boots or scarves or sweaters, but I can wear fall colors, and so this palette has been helping me do that with my makeup. And yeah, I've been playing with all of the shades. Some days I've kind of stuck on the lighter end, other days I've used the darker, smokier colors. I'll use those in the crease, I'll use them as an eyeliner. Today I have Ashes, which is this one here, both in the crease and as a liner, and I just really like this palette. I don't use it that much the rest of the year, so September, October is kind of when I try to use it a lot and take advantage of those gorgeous colors. Fragrance favorite has also been, like the Naked Heat palette, returning to an old favorite, and that is, I've only got a little sample size of it, is Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb. I used to love this fragrance and wear it almost every day. It was probably the first fragrance I got that really got me into kind of the higher end, more premium fragrances. I'd always kind of gone for like more the drugstore or like body sprays or something at Bath & Body Works. And it's a fragrance that I come back to around this time of year because it's heavier. There is a heaviness to it. It's not totally light and fresh. So for me, it's not a spring or summer scent. I can't wear this if it's 110 degrees outside. But now that it's like low 90s, I can wear this again. So this is kind of my transitional summer into fall fragrance, and I've been loving it. So I had 2 of these sizes that I've already gone through this month, and then I have a slightly larger deluxe sample that I've been using, and then this one's still full. But I think at some point I might go to Sephora and not buy another full size, because I just don't go through full size fragrances of like my fall winter fragrances, because I can only wear them for like a few months out of the year. But I think I'm gonna get a rollerball size of this, so that I can keep wearing it once I run out, because I think what I have left is probably going to last me another week, and then I'm going to need something else. Candle favorite is the return of the Anthropologie Spiced Cider Candle. I love this thing. I really do. Oh, it just smells so good. I've been burning it. It is down and it's burning pretty well. They're not the cheapest candles. I try to get them on sale. I got this one on sale. They're normally $30, which isn't terrible, but it's not cheap. I will say they are worth the price. I would have paid full price for this if I hadn't had a sale to use. I had a teacher discount and they were doing a teacher discount for like a week. The jars are beautiful. I do repurpose the jars once they are done, so it's not just burn the candle and then throw everything out. It does become home decor for me. But yeah, I love these candles and I do think that they are worth it. They last a really long time. I burn these for probably about 3 hours a night, almost every night of the week. It doesn't have an estimated burn time on it. These usually last me until early to mid-November, which is when I start burning my Christmas scents. So if I get this at the beginning of September, it still will last me about 2 months. So I think 2 months for a candle is a really good amount of time. And I think what helps it is that it's a single wick, not a 3-wick, so it just doesn't burn down as quickly as my 2 and 3-wick candles do. Miscellaneous, I'm gonna jump down to the miscellaneous and then switch to like lifestyle stuff. Although this is definitely lifestyle. I've got the wrapping from it. It is a pocket straw by Zoku, Z-O-K-U, and it comes in this little case. I got the pink one. They do have them in different colors. And then it comes with a little brush. So it telescopes out so that it is a good length. I love that it's got the silicone tip. I do have a habit of chewing on my straws, so the metal wouldn't be the best thing for my teeth for that. And then when you're done, you just, you know, collapse it and pop it back in the case. And then if it's still wet, or if you use this like in an iced coffee and you've got like coffee and milk drops still on it, you don't have that like rolling around in your handbag. It won't damage your handbag. It also won't have anything that's in your handbag kind of get on the straws. Like you don't have to worry about if something spills in your handbag that like now your straw is dirty and you can't use it. So I've been really liking this. I've been carrying it around in my bag for most of the month. I think I bought it at the beginning of the month. I no longer need to get a straw at Starbucks. This is, I will say, it is just long enough for a Trenta coffee cup at Starbucks. So if I get a Trenta iced tea, it will fit in there. In a Trenta cup, you'll have about this much of the straw peeking out the top. So when you're trying to get down to the last like few sips, you will have to put it all the way into the cup and then you will be sipping from that much straw. But that's not been a deal breaker for me, and I think with a venti size or smaller, it's a perfectly normal size. This is great in just glasses of water at restaurants, like if they just bring out a glass of water. So I've started using this at Zinc, which has been really nice. I am someone who has to have a straw. I do not like sipping straight from the glass. I like having a straw. This has helped me cut down on my plastic straw use significantly. Another easy little thing that I could do. So I need to put this by my phone so that I remember to put it in my handbag for going to Zinc in a little bit. Okay, then 4 Weddings and a Funeral on Hulu. I had seen this on Hulu and thought, oh, maybe I'll watch it. Yeah, we'll see. And then a few days ago, I started watching it. I did manage to space this out and watch this over the course of 3 days. It is 10 episodes long, but I absolutely loved it. The first couple episodes had some bits in it that just felt a bit too silly. A bit like like they were just going for the easy joke, the comedic gag. But the rest of the writing just felt really good. Overall, I loved it. If you liked, I still haven't seen the movie 4 Weddings and a Funeral, but if you like Richard Curtis's work, he is an executive producer. If you like Mindy Kaling's work, she is also a producer as well as a writer for the show. It's co-written by her and someone else. So if you like their work, I think you'd really like this. It's funny. If you are a fan of Notting Hill and Love Actually and, like I said, other Richard Curtis films, there are references, like there are things that are like directly lifted from those films. I absolutely love it. So Again, I haven't seen the original Four Weddings and a Funeral film, so I'm not sure how closely they based it on that in terms of the characters. I thought the plot lines were really good, all of the different subplots, the character relationships, the character development, the plot development, all of that was great. I laughed a lot, but then there were some really like heartwarming moments. So yeah, if you're a fan of Richard Curtis, if you're a fan of his kinds of films, if you're a fan of Mindy Kaling's writing, I think you'd really like Four Weddings and a Funeral, so give it a shot. Movie, favorite movie of September, Downton Abbey. Oh my gosh, I really want to go see it again. I want to see it at least one more time in the theater, and then I'm totally buying it as soon as it comes out on Blu-ray. It was just everything I wanted it to be. I had seen someone review it on Instagram saying that it was good, but that because it was, you know, a film and the time constraints that they were faced with, that the plot wasn't as developed as it could have been. And I do agree with that. There were some of the subplots that I know if they had had like 8-hour-long episodes to unfold that storyline, it would have been even better, but I still really loved it. I loved all of the subplots. I thought they were developed well enough for being a 2-hour film. I loved seeing all of my favorite characters. I loved seeing like where they were now and kind of getting more of a hint of like how things would unfold. I think there's still room for another movie. I haven't heard if they are going to do one or not. This probably will be it, but I would love it if they would do another movie. But yeah, the costumes, the sets, the locations, everything was just so good about it. So I absolutely loved it. I'm going to talk about my YouTube favorite and then go into my music favorite. So my YouTube favorite is on a larger channel, but I'll try to link the video down below. The video was titled something like Every Ed Sheeran Song. And I'd been going down this rabbit hole of Taylor Swift videos and then somehow ended up on this guy's channel. And because he was rewriting Lover, Taylor Swift's Lover, without having heard it. All he had was the lyrics and the chords. And he did a pretty good job with it too. But then I saw this other video titled Every Ed Sheeran Song, and I'm a huge Ed Sheeran fan, so I'm like, okay, well, what's he doing with this? After seeing what he did with Taylor Swift's song. And so basically the challenge of the video is to write a song that sounds like it could have been written by Ed Sheeran based on how basically every Ed Sheeran song is written and sounds. So like, what are common things that Ed Sheeran does in his music? And so they end up writing a song called Falling in Love, which has basically been on my iPod on repeat. I downloaded it from Apple Music as soon as I before I'd even finished watching the video, because I fell in love with the song that quickly. It feels a bit weird to me that my favorite Ed Sheeran song now wasn't actually written by Ed Sheeran, but they were so good. It totally sounds like it could have been written by Ed Sheeran. It has all of my favorite elements from all of my favorite Ed Sheeran songs. So whether you like Ed Sheeran or just want to laugh or just want to kind of watch how they go through that process, I would recommend that video. And so then Falling in Love, that song, is one of my music favorites. And then my last music favorite and my last favorite of the video is an artist called Chad Lawson, who one of my friends on here, she recommended, gave me some music recommendations after I asked for some in my last monthly favorites, and she recommended the artist Chad Lawson. She recommended his soundtrack variations for the Lore podcast, and I was listening to those. They're really great, especially for this time of year, because some of them are just like kind of a little bit creepy, which is in fitting with the Lore podcast. I have not listened to the Lore podcast because, as fascinating as it sounds, it also sounds really spooky, and I don't do spooky things. I'm a scaredy cat. So it sounds a little bit too creepy for me, but the music from those podcasts is really great. But the music that I found an album that's like one of his older albums that I have absolutely fallen in love with. So it's from 2013 and it's called The Space Between, and it's just his music. It's piano, but it's just so light and atmospheric and just like kind of floating in a dream, kind of. And so it's what I've been listening to while I sleep. I just put that album on repeat and let it play through the speaker, and I just listen to it all night long. And yeah, I love it. So it's been great. So highly recommend if you're looking for some good, like, just background kind of alternative classical type music. I'd really recommend Chad Lawson. And if you want kind of some slightly more, the music from the Lore soundtracks aren't spooky, but there's an element to it. It's definitely like moody, I guess is the better word. It's very moody. So if you're looking for some good kind of moody music for September, October with Halloween approaching, you might want to check out his work from the podcast as well. Yeah. Those are my favorites. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. That would be amazing. I will see you all soon in the next video, which should be my books I read in September. I didn't mention a book favorite. I will talk about it in the books I read in September video. Okay, I will see y'all later. Have a great day, a great week, and I will see y'all soon in the next video. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye-bye.